Hi, my name is Diana. Welcome to this channel, and in this video I will be talking about tips for people, for dancers who want to go to Jamaica to explore more about dancehall from the source. If you want to know a little bit more about generic tips when it comes to traveling to Jamaica, check out in the description box below. I made another video where I talk more about generic things, and this is going to be specifically related to dancing. I also have my notes right there, so I might be looking a little bit that way to just check out I'm on track. And let's just move on straight to the first tip. If it's your first time traveling to Jamaica, first of all, good job. um, this is the place to learn about dancehall. You know, this is where it was created, and it's just growing and developing every day, basically. So definitely go there. I'm sure you will love it. But if it's your first time, then maybe it's a good idea to travel with somebody who has been there before, who knows about unwritten, unspoken rules, and respects the culture and can guide you a little bit on the spot. If you don't know anybody like that, there are many people who organize group dance hall trips, camps, tours, different kinds of name. But it's a similar concept that you just go there with a group of people. You have somebody who organizes it and will guide you on the spot, give you information beforehand, organize all the classes for you, excursions, things like that. And I'm also organizing trips like that called All My Way to Jamaica. Don't know if you can see it. In the description box below, I'm gonna also add my Instagram, or On My Way to Jamaica Instagram, where you can check out my previous trips and also know about upcoming dates for next trips. But also there are many other people who organize those kinds of trips. So you can find it all on Instagram basically these days. And if you are afraid to maybe travel by yourself with a group of strangers, don't be, because I always see that people really bond on the spot. And yeah, because we stay a couple of days, basically 24/7 with other people, people who also share the same passion and interest, like you would definitely make some new connections, friends, network. So it's a great opportunity to meet new people. And when I organize my trips, I always make sure that people meet up in person, or maybe through a video call. I organize that kind of meetings with participants, so they can at least see each other and talk a little bit beforehand, and get to know each other a little bit, so they are a bit more comfortable on the spot. So don't worry about that. When it comes to time, what time is best to travel to Jamaica? Let me tell you, that's my second tip. That's based on my observations, my opinion. So starting from December, January, I think that this is quite a busy time in Jamaica, specifically in Kingston, because Kingston is the birthplace of dancehall, and this is where you want to be if that's, if you want to explore more about the dancing aspect there. And it's of course busy because of Christmas holidays. Many people get their days off, so many people go to Jamaica around that time. The tickets are also more expensive, and like the parties are quite crowded, and yeah, just a lot is going on. Then February, it's a little bit less busy, I would say, than like the Christmas, New Year's time, but still it's quite of a more on the busy side, I would say. But the weather is great. Like it's still warm, hot, but it's not as hot as in July, August. And you have beautiful sunshine, no rain season at that time. So it's a nice time to go as well. So when it comes to March till June, it's a little bit less quiet time, because also many Jamaican dancers go to Europe or just outside of Jamaica on tours for a couple of weeks, couple of months. So if you want to take classes from specific dancers, maybe check out if on their Instagram if they will be there, if they have any tours or workshops announced outside of Jamaica, because yeah, you might not see them there. Um, But yeah, that's definitely a little bit less busy time, so it's also nice to go and just, you know, be in like more authentic local environment. And then from July, August till like mid-September, it's again quite a like one of the busiest times, just like around Christmas holidays. And it's also the hottest, and the tickets are very, very expensive, or the most expensive as well. And then from the end of September till like mid end of November, it's again a little bit more quiet in Jamaica, but it's also a rainy season, and some people like it because then it's not as hot all the time, and it kind of depends day by day or year by year. You have some of the days that it's not even raining, or maybe it's gonna rain for a couple of minutes, maybe for a couple of hours. Sometimes it can rain entire day, but it's not the case that it rains entire days for days. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, it's less busy, but also around that time, many Jamaican dancers go on tours to Europe or outside Jamaica to give classes. So again, check out if the ones that you want to take classes from, who will be there or not. And next tips are more for people who go with like unorganized groups, or just like, you know, maybe just with your friends. Because again, if you go with like organized trip, all the things will be basically arranged for you, so you don't really have to worry about it, but you can still listen for the future. Or maybe if you have a day off and you want to do something extra. So my third tip is about contacting dancers, and you can do it just on Instagram. You can send them a message when you want to take a class, at what time, and you can do it couple of days before, even a day before could work. Maybe on the day of the class could work as well, but maybe not. So if you want to be sure, just message them a couple of days before if they are available. And most of the times, the most common times to have a class in Jamaica is between like 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. Also because, you know, in Kingston you have parties basically every day. So in the morning, of course, they want to rest, you also might want to rest, and then yeah, 1 p.m. From 1 p.m. there will be like a good time to start with the classes. And if you start your class at 4 p.m., the class will take around 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours, and then at 6 p.m. it's getting dark in Jamaica. So then most of the classes like are ending, but there are still people and you know, classes that happen in the evening as well, so it all can be discussed. But I would say like 1 to 4 p.m. that's the most common time to take a class. And yeah, you can just message them on Instagram, communicate with them on Instagram. And that brings me to point 4, which is respect their prices, respect dancers' prices, in my opinion. Of course, you can ask them what is the price of the class, and I'm not even going to mention in that video because really the prices changes every couple of months. Basically, it just goes up and up and up. So yeah, ask them about the price. If you cannot afford it at the moment, just say, well, maybe next time. I don't think it's like quite respectful to just be negotiating and bargaining, negotiating the price. So I would say respect their price because they do work really, really hard. And my fifth point is about place of the class. So that's also very flexible. You can either ask the dancer to come to the place accommodation where you were staying, if it's possible to take a class there somewhere outside, or I don't know, somewhere maybe in the space, in indoor space where you are asking, but then you would have to discuss or ask the owner of the property. You could also go to dancers, like dancers place, HQ, they call it, or yeah, just basically like in their backyard, in their neighborhood, in their community. But for some of them, maybe they don't live in Kingston, and you would have to go either somewhere outside of Kingston, or maybe it's not possible to take a class where they are actually staying. But then there is a place called Bella in Kingston, and you can also message them and arrange a class just there, so you can basically have a spot to take a class. Because yeah, there are many classes overall happening there as well, so there's always an alternative. My sixth point is about classes. I think if you want to learn more about dancehall, you should try to take different kinds of classes, starting from old school, middle school, obviously new school, male, female classes. Just try a variety of different classes, different teachers, because they all teach in different ways. They all have different knowledge, but also experience, and I think it's just a nice combo to have, you know, different dancers from different times, different eras teaching you, and that will that will help you to become a better dancer and also more aware and more educated. So definitely go for old school middle classes as well, which I feel like many people kind of skip, especially the old school classes, but it is very important. Like that's really the foundation of dancehall. So go for that as well. My seventh point is about parties. If you are a foreigner going to Jamaica to learn more about dancehall, you come to a dancehall party, don't take the middle space where you have all the Jamaican dancers creating some kind of circle. Give them their space, step back, observe, watch, dance a little bit like on the side or behind the dancers. Just really try to be aware of your surroundings and give them the space to dance, to show their craft. This is their workspace as well, basically. So please be very mindful and respectful when you go to dancehall parties in Jamaica. And that brings me to my last point for now, which is about just respecting the culture in general. Um, I would say that there are several unspoken, unwritten rules in Jamaica. And that's why I think it's important to go there with somebody who's been there before, who knows those things, who respect the culture. You know, if you are not sure about certain things, you can always ask Jamaicans or the dancers who are Jamaicans as well, but you know what I mean. So yeah, just be curious, ask questions if your actions or behavior is appropriate, if that's okay or not. And maybe try to ask different people, because maybe somebody is not really willing to tell you like face to face, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. So maybe somebody who's a little bit older or more experienced could give you some more insight. So yeah, I would just say be respectful, observe locals, ask them questions, and I hope you're gonna have a great time in Jamaica. Watch my previous video about more generic tips that will definitely help you to prepare for your trip to Jamaica. And I see you in the next video. Bye.